What's up, everyone? My name's Cody. This is my podcast called Conversations with Cody. I have a lot of life experience. I moved around a lot, and one of the coolest things I think in all of my moving that I've gotten to do is meet really cool people in interesting places. And I have my friend Spencer here. This is the first time I've ever recorded a podcast. But he's one of the most unique people I think I've ever met, and we have developed a really cool friendship. And so I just want to talk with him and let you guys see what it is. Let's get started.
Bro.
What's up, man?
Thanks for having me, brother.
Of course, dude. You want to share a little bit about yourself?
Oh, dude, I don't even know where to start with that. I'll start kind of how we met. I mean, obviously, we got to figure out the timeline. It's been about a year, I believe. I think since we met.
I feel like it's been long. I swear to God, it was like July, but I don't know.
It feels like
also, this is Milwaukee. Sorry.
Another, actually, like the fucking VIP.
The VIP of the show, dude.
Of the office. Like, this is how we all met. We got 3 people from the office. So that's what I was getting at. We met a year ago-ish.
Yeah.
Just passing by, and like, I know you speak. It's crazy how you tell me like nobody else in the office freaking. Or I'm gonna try not to curse.
No, I don't give a fuck about cursing.
Just run it. All right.
Yeah.
Like nobody else in the office like really, came up or like made friends with you. Like that doesn't surprise me because everybody in the office is kind of fucking boring. But it just immediately, like, I could tell you're a dope dude. And I just, like, honestly, my favorite part of our friendship is to be able to just fast forward, like, 12 short months. And, like,
here we are.
Yeah, I trust you as a brother, like what you said. You know what I mean? That's the type of dude Cody is. And it's fucking really cool to be sitting here. And what we were just talking about is I'm a guy that tells you to go do it. And I think that's where our friendship has become mutually beneficial, because you've also shown me wisdom and like a lot more about, I guess I would say, not about my emotional side, but more about like just thinking of myself differently. Our different experiences, like very total polar opposites, I think is what our glue of a friendship is.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm gonna tell you about me. That's why I'm here, bro. Because this is your fucking show, bro.
Well, no, but like I also respect the fuck out of you and what you've done, and he's gonna be on a lot. He's one of the most polarizing people I've ever met in terms of the extreme highs and lows in his life. And I'm not going to share it. Whatever he's comfortable sharing, I'll let him do that and tell it, obviously. But and we'll get to that. But he's also something that I feel like I have had in my life is like a lot of limiting beliefs towards what I can accomplish for myself. Like I feel that there was like this path I had to follow of like going to college and shit and like working a lot to make a lot of money. And Spencer showed me that that's like not necessarily true. And he just fucking like goes after what he wants and he figures shit out. He's one of the most resourceful people and I think I've met, and just his ability to make connections with people and make deals happen is like I respect the fuck out of. And so it's like he's got that side, I've got the creative side, and that with our relationship and just the trust that we felt immediately, like by sharing those experiences, it was fast.
Dude, it's my favorite thing to do. Like, I don't know, you just read, I told you to read The Alchemist, and like that's such an impactful book, because I feel like I could really relate to the boy when I finally learned to really embrace the journey. And it made me so passionate. It was like the big reveal of life that like that's what I like, doing it more for other people than doing it for myself. And like when I see somebody who's as talented, as smart, and you've had a like real life experiences. You didn't scratch the surface. You didn't get to choose the cards that you were fucking dealt, and you played the game. That's what I admire you most. That's what I admire in every person that I meet. And it's I'm a little bit mean with it. Like that's why I can come across rough, because like you either got that or you don't. And you can tell when you meet somebody that they not that they folded, but they just either like they complain about their life, or they let that like impact them for the rest of their life. They let it bound them and suffer them and like suffocate them, and you don't. And the thing is, like,
it's like lack of growth, like lack of overcoming an obstacle. Rather be like more. I think it's more likely like emotional stuff, or just like growing as a person in general, like and being on your own teaches you that, and I think that's what you have too. But there's so many people that you're right, like they let those things, they don't grow from them, and they're okay with being stagnant
Comfortable.
and comfortable for a
Yeah.
long time. And one of my favorite quotes ever is "You can't grow in a bubble," and it's
Mm.
because you can't. And like another part of that quote is just like um, the bubble, the bubble keeps you safe, but it also traps you. Um, and I think you've experienced it with how much you've moved, like how people get so comfortable in their bubbles, and like how there's just like a lack of growth because of it in certain ways.
Yeah.
You know.
And when I think about this all the time. Like, actually, like, wonder what it's like to be somebody else, right? Especially a lot of those I would say majority of people that are comfortable. Like, I have a feeling everybody is born the same in a way that we have a burning desire to chase whatever it is. Like, we don't know why. You don't know why
Hmm.
your passion is specifically what it is, but it is, right? And you can't argue with that because it's going to exist whether you choose or not to. But like,
And you don't
I
necessarily like know why you have it, but like you do, right? And like I feel like you should follow that that interest because you're getting it for a reason.
and I can't I don't worry about right or wrong decisions, right? Ever, because it comes down to that exactly what you just said, that you don't know why it's there, but you just get this sense to follow it.
Hmm.
And it breaks down emotions into two parts, and this is what really helped me, a guy who struggles with his emotions. It's either faith or fear. If you break every emotion down to its core, and when you choose to just for some reason follow and like pursue that random fucking thing that's unique to you, just because it's there, that is what I'm talking about. If people got it or they don't, people that chose without any knowledge of what's on the end of that road, and we still don't. But I mesh with the people that choose to go down the trail, and sometimes it gets rocky, it gets sketchy, it
It's
gets
rough as fuck
and
sometimes.
and there's a fucking blizzard going on
Oh,
all the
dude,
time.
yeah.
But that can be my blizzard day, can be your fucking tropical Bali beach day in Bali, and you're like, dude, come over here, enjoy the Bali vibes. Like,
Hmm.
that's the type of guy that I am, and we can recognize when people are in those snowstorms, dude.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And we're willing
Yeah,
to help and talk. And uh, yeah,
that was a
it's
rant.
no, it wasn't. It was good, and it was but like to touch back on what you said about the Alchemist, it there's an ad, and yeah. So go ahead and tell them what that is.
Got it tatted, mocked up.
Maktub. And what does it mean again?
It's translated to it's been written by the same hand.
Hand. And so a really cool idea in the book is, um, and what it's kind of based on is something called your personal legend. And like everyone has a personal legend, and it's just a cool story about it. It's honestly probably my favorite book I've read.
I'm gonna pull up a quote. Keep going
And
on.
I'm not gonna give too many spoilers because I want you to like read the book, but it's basically about a story about a kid that's chasing his personal legend. It takes him to all these different places, and he has these experiences and he has to do. He does things that he didn't expect, and especially to stay in places for like longer or whatever. And but all of those things lead him to ultimately, I'm not like getting a really good message out of all of it. Um, and like a big one, I think, especially with traveling and everything, has been that like uh, all of those things in your past that happened that were like negatives or whatever. I don't like seeing them as negatives. I see them as like necessary things for my personal journey and legend. And I felt that very much in that book. And I think that you're touching on something really important, how people don't have like the confidence to do it, or like they don't want to do the growth. But it's like, it's so much more worth it to do. Sorry, you good?
No, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Sorry. To do, it's more worth it to do the growth.
yeah.
100%.
And that's why I swear it was The Alchemist that helped me kind of understand and break it down on such a simple level. Because I got to break it down to like there's two choices. Like how I explained, like I don't ever do right or wrong though, but either way, either path, if you look at it as right or wrong, there's the same things lying on the other side. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
matter of what you want, right? You can't guarantee exactly what that's going to look like. But like we were talking about with potentially, I would love to talk about this on our first podcast. Is like a vision I had for like, dude, having a studio office together and like you and I both use it to launch it. But I forgot where I was fucking going. But at the end of the day, like you're like, oh, what if I would be afraid to fuck up? But it's like, of course we're going to fuck up. That's expected. If we didn't do it, you're still gonna fuck up on something you're doing, and I'm gonna fuck up on something I'm doing. I'd prefer to do it with somebody I like and somebody that's got a vision and somebody that knows and that pursues and seeks their personal legend. And you are one of those people.
Dude, and you helped me recognize that too in such a big way. And like I think it just honestly stemmed a bit from like I just have had low self-confidence from like some stuff that happened. I'm not gonna talk about it on this podcast, but that just really affected my overall self-confidence when I was younger. And it's even like leaked in, throughout my whole life, in little parts. Like I've done a lot of work. Like I am a confident person. I've accomplished awesome fucking things, and I love who I am. Um, and I can genuinely say that, like looking in the mirror. And that doesn't mean though that like I don't still like I obviously still have growth I have to do and whatnot. But I just lost my train of thought. Sorry.
No, you're good.
It was the what did you say before this?
Like there's gonna be failure regardless.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
what.
So I guess yeah. So what I was getting at, sorry, was that like I always knew with based off of how hard I worked and how passionate I was and what I was willing to learn and how smart I was, that I was going to do something big. And I just knew it, and it was really frustrating to not really have other people see that, especially after some of the stuff I've done. And so when Spencer saw that, and like when he told me that, it made me because I respect him and his logical sense in business and stuff. It kind of like took me by surprise that he saw enough value in it. Like it just to like want to be a part of it like that, and it meant a lot to me because
I told you the first time I met you, bro. First time.
And well, it's just, and I think it goes back to like the low self confidence. Is like I've been questioning, like, oh, right, like you said, like right timing, all this other stuff. But I do care, and I do want to make it look good, like, and that's why it will stand out. But you've really helped me be able to like be more actionable, and that's why I think this is also going to be like an awesome partnership because it's like I feel like I can help you understand fucking things, emotional side of things, and just other things. I'm also fucking calm and like I'm really good at just like business shit in general, like with what I did at Viral Hog and like being able to take the emotions out of decisions and whatnot and seeing like the better options and doing like, yeah, we should do it. And like just this combination that we have, I feel like can go so far in so many different ways.
Dude, and that's what I realized through what you just said about and through our friendship and relationship is I realize that the way I pick friends, the way I pick, like we talked about, having kind of a shit day and calling people and who's really there for you and who's really not, is when I look at people and it's not that I choose you're my friend or you're not. Hell no, we never had that conversation. It's just you are, we are, you're not.
I think it's something you feel.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think I expressed that very boldly, you know what I mean? But when I realize when I look at people, the people I choose to spend my time around is I look at it from, yeah, who do I want to win with for sure, but who am I willing to fail with? And that's what I was talking about with my brothers. It doesn't fucking matter if I fucked up or you fucked up. If we made a decision that we're in this together, that's the way I'm looking at it, and that's the way I have no reason not to be like, if I could choose to fail, and that's inevitable, regardless of what I do, because I do shit big, who do I want to be there right next to me? And who's actually going to fucking have my back? Right? So when you talk about you're surprised, to me, it's as obvious as putting a fucking DJ board in front of a Vici.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the way I see it,
Yeah.
right? Like, you don't question me, bro. Just fucking play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what, and I know, I'm envious of artists. I realize that, like, that's why I attract, like, those are the people I'm really good friends with, because I'm able to, like, live vicariously with them. And a lot of artists, like, they just need a platform. Like, they need people to put shit together, and that's what I'm good at. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
man.
that's it. I love that.
No, thank you. And I don't know, it gave me like the confidence. It was just like exactly what I've been looking for a while, was for someone to be like, dude, like, let's do it.
I
Like, I
believe in
trust
you.
you. Exactly. And I'm also picky about that kind of stuff, right? I'm not like gonna jump into like I'm not gonna fucking, like, if it's a bad idea, I'm not gonna do it. But uh, it's like I uh, I I don't know if it is just maybe the artist mentality and like getting my shit straightened out and making it how I want it, because I do, like I said, I'm very intentional with this, because it is important to me. And
Perfectionist.
you saying that, yeah,
Me too.
but
Yeah.
you saying that, dude, it just like made me be like, dude, this it's happening. Like, someone fucking sees it,
Yeah.
and like actually is willing to invest, and that for me was like, I'm ready, and it's and I like last sorry, I know I talked a
No,
lot,
bro. No.
but
What?
that last weekend when I was talking to that girl on the rooftop at Ritual,
Yeah.
um, when
Good
she,
spot.
dude, sick, I know, dude. If you're in Charleston, you got to go to Ritual. It's a
Ritual.
sick bar.
Follow Ritual after dark.
Yeah, dude, follow them.
It's a good spot. Good
It's
spot.
fun as fuck. But I've never had such big compliments come from someone I just met like 3 hours ago, and that was like another cool sign for me of like, dude, like, this person who doesn't even know you talked to you for like 3 hours and like is like, dude, you need to fucking do this, and like like perfect for it, was so like, so I just like, that was like the first layer of confidence, and then you being like, no, I want to invest. I was like, dude, you're this is it. Like, you are doing it.
I've I've seen you believe in yourself more than I think you ever have over the course of this past year. And I did not do that for you. Like, you give me credit for that, and I didn't, bro. But like I can just see it. Like, it's like, for me, I love that analogy I made. It's like, seriously, it is so obvious as putting fucking a DJ board in front of a beachy, knowing he's going to make levels.
Yeah,
It's that
dude.
obvious.
Dude.
I'm so serious. But
Well,
like, I don't.
I appreciate that, and like it is kind of interesting because at Viral Hog I went through a period, especially when we started, dude. When we hit like 1 million, I was like, I was pretty fucking stoked. Then when we hit like 10 million, I was like, dude, you're fucking crushing this. Then it was like 20 mil, and I was so confident in myself, dude, and like I like, because I know what it feels like, to have that, and it took me a while to rebuild just after some of the shit that's happened, and I think that's natural when you go through stuff. It takes a
Yeah.
while to like get back to your baseline.
What I realize, and that's kind of where I think my business part takes over, and it's like I have just a little fractionally more business guy than the artist that's inside me, because there's a lot of
You
fucking
definitely
artists,
do, yeah.
and that's why I can relate so much. But it's just about like action, and when you're talking about failing, like taking the time to recover, 100%. That's why I fail quicker than you. I'll get the fuck up back way quicker than you, and I'll get jump back in the ring quicker than you. Maybe I'm walking into another punch right to the face from Mike Tyson. I'm gonna guess what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get back and do it again.
Yeah,
Right. So like,
yeah.
what people understand, you, and this is in an admirable way, because you're a perfectionist, because you have a very vivid dream of what you want to create. You get analysis paralysis,
Absolutely.
and that's, so for me, analysis paralysis only relates to not talking to people or not seeking opportunity.
Hmm.
Like, I just ask them, you know what I mean? And I'm a action person. Most people are just, they know exactly what they want to do. They could tell you exactly what they need in order to create the dream. It's like, all right, I can make that happen.
Well, why it was so dope too with you is like, I know, with like, because he's made a good amount of money in real estate and shit. He's fucking good at it, and it's like, uh, and to just see like someone that I respect a lot and like that is also successful at what they do, um, want to invest, because like obviously like I've had like other friends would be like, yeah, you should do it and whatnot, and it means a lot, but it's like, to say like, for him to be like, I actually would invest in this, especially with him being like successful and stuff, it just made me feel, I was like, yeah, dude, he's fucking serious, he means what he says, and it's like just living that together. It's literally like, dude, it's like left brain, right brain, kind of. I think like you're more right brain, more logical. That I'm more like left, creative,
Yeah,
emotional. And it's like, dude, together,
it's a perfect half.
perfect, bro.
And I really think I got a good visual when I said like I'm just a little bit more of that in my right brain, just a little bit more, and there's
Well, no,
conflict.
sorry, you're left. So you're because you are. Do you mostly write with your right hand?
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah,
right-handed. So that's
yeah.
left hemisphere dominant. So, but I'm right. That's why like I'm
Oh,
left-handed.
that's what you're
That
talking.
has to
Okay,
do with it. Yeah. So the right side of your brain is the more
you're a
creative
lefty?
side. Yeah, I'm left-handed.
No shit.
The
That's
first sentence, or the one where
right
it's
with
highlighted.
universe.
All right.
Yeah, just that sense.
So it's from the Alchemist, right?
Yep.
Yep. So when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it, and that is, I believe, that's true.
So that's it. I don't argue with that, bro.
You know.
You know.
Yep. And it's and that's like kind of going back to what I was saying about like moving a lot and like paths open up for you. It's like whatever you want to do, there's a way. It might not be the way that you like want it to go or like the most ideal way. Um, but there's like beauty in that, in the journey, and like learning, like figuring shit out. And like all the times I've moved, like I've lived in 4 states, 7 cities, and it's like, yeah, I didn't always find a good job like that I wanted that would have made it easier. But it's like I learned lessons from those jobs and experiences that I have today that I'm super fucking grateful for. And I feel like those are part of my experience and authenticity as a person. And it's like I think something that people tend to do is they get like way too stringent about like the how their life is going to go, especially when they're young. Like they make this idea for like the life they want, and they think that they just need to follow that strict plan. And it's going to be exactly what they want. But then they're unhappy when they do that, and it's like uh, so yeah, like just following your like, and it ties into the Alchemist with the idea of like your personal legend and stuff, and that's true because like everything's led to this, all the video editing, and it's like I want to do this. A path is opened up with Spencer, and it's like it's only going to continue to blossom.
And there's no that's what I love about that quote though, is think of how vast it's technically, it's solidifying limitless potential because it says all of the universe. And that's why I love you. You know, you have a different relationship with your God and your higher power than I do, but we both believe in something that's like, whether you want to call it the universe or whatever, like something that's powerful, bigger than you. If you want something, and we talked about that, is we don't know why, but we do want this thing. So therefore, if we just continue wanting it, all the universe is going to make shit happen for me.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're talking about when, you know, I basically translate it to unrealistic expectations lead to disappointment, right?
Dude, big time.
And so for me, I'm a my mom called me the smash and trash child for a reason, and it's true. Like you called me the most polar
Yeah,
person,
polarizing.
right? And it's because my ups and downs are huge, but like I'm such a logical person. Like that's my journey. That's the way I drive my car, right? My vehicle in this universe that we live in. It would be stupid of me. It would be naive, illogical of me to expect after wrecking to not ever wreck again. You know what I mean? So like I tied those two things together. I just don't have unrealistic expectations, and I therefore if I'm open to anything, if you want that super high, it's gonna take something to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I don't know what I'm trying to get to there, but like those two combined so simply are what allow me to drive, and what allow me, like what I realize with artists too is like they've got their thing, and I wish I had that. Is you guys create, and the better environment that you have, the better tools that you have, the better creations that you make, right? Maybe I'm not Da Vinci, or maybe I'm not a Vici,
Dude,
but I get to be at the fucking party. If I was the guy that put the DJ board in front of you, that's that's success to me. Little horn dog,
yeah, it's fine.
hot dog.
Um, so but it's funny because we're almost like we're opposites in this in different set, like we're opposite. So I have the same belief you have for logical thinking and stuff. It's just tied to doing more creative work. So
Yeah,
it's like as an artist too, like you don't start out and you're not just dropping, I need water, sorry,
slam it.
you're not fucking right off the bat going to be good at it. Like anything, it takes practice. And it's like if you're willing, it just comes down to what you want to put your focus on and what you value more. And it's like I think those things are what you value more. I valued learning creative things a little bit more. And that's what's cool about the human, like the fucking brain, is so powerful. Like you can teach yourself how to do anything if you manage your expectations and just know that you're going to get better with practice. Like if you try to do something that like the first time and it doesn't turn out how you like it and you're all judgmental towards yourself and shit, you're not going to want to do it. And but like you grow through the process of getting better just by practicing it, just like anything. Like you played lacrosse.
And that's the universe conspiring. That's, dude, it's saying, if you show up, if you put yourself here, we got you.
Yep.
It's about what you're willing to put in. But what I love, I'm going to go back to that quote just the last time, because it's super, the words, it's so little words and very simple words that they're so intentional, is when you really want something, not halfway fucking want something. Because if you halfway want something, all the universe isn't going to conspire for you. That's half-assed. Why? If I'm bringing 50% of the table, why would they bring 100? Right? So like, I, on a basic level, like with you, why I'm so passionate, I I hate seeing you. You don't give. You've never unlocked 50% at where you're at right now, and I know you will unlock 100% doing this. Is because, like, when you talk about, maybe I could do all this stuff for, somebody, somebody else's team, somebody else's business. You're an asset to a team 100%, but you're capping yourself at 50% because you don't want what they want.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And that's where I think a lot of your conflict is. But that's why I'm here, because like I'm like, dude, fuck somebody else's dream.
Yeah.
I like your dream.
And I think for me, as like a part of the process, like maybe from a creative side, I guess, was that like I can be a bit of a perfectionist, but I also think it's like I wanted to practice, um, and and as I practiced it more and actually started like taking those steps, they were scary. Obviously, like it's scary to put yourself out there, like try to make things. Um, uh, but like I also found it super rewarding, and it's like okay, this is filling my cup, and I actually enjoyed doing it. And so I'm like, it feels like the 50% started shifting to like 60 or 70, and it's like as I did it more and practiced more, I got more and more confident, and that process just took me a little bit of time, but it wouldn't have happened if I didn't just do it.
Right.
You know.
And it's a hockey stick, is
Hmm.
what I've found. So it will creep and crawl. Probably 50 to 60 took a really long time.
Yeah.
It was super. It could have been years and years and years. But dude, once, this is what I love calling, it's momentum, right? When when you realize, like, oh, I re- like somebody, when you can actually like see and envision your dream of what you've always wanted in your life, when you get a key or a piece of that puzzle that like actually makes it like realistic all of a sudden in your head, dude, I'm an addict and I'm open about that, an alcoholic. There's nothing more fucking addicting to that
Than
than that,
chasing that.
right? And
Yeah.
there's a reason that it exists and stuff like that. But you're gonna, that's why I encourage you. It's like, you know, an artist, I think, where you can only do 50%, whatever, I don't know about the fractions of the numbers, but like, it's, think about it as simple, like, dude, you're an artist in an office. You know what I mean? Like, you're a perfectionist, whatever. Like, no, you're just trying to make art in a business place. Like, you only worry about money. Artists don't worry about money, bro. They don't. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm here for. But like,
Yeah.
you're an artist in an office. That's your environment. Of course, you're going to, you're if you're chasing what somebody else wants for themselves. A businessman worries about money. I worry about money because I'm a businessman. An artist doesn't. An artist shouldn't. You know what I
Well,
mean? So
I
like,
do though, because I do have that business side of me, and like,
but
and
it's holding you back.
yeah, no, and I think it has to do again with like lower self, like that stuff, and just the stuff I was going through, after the breakup and everything,
Hell yeah.
and uh, but I knew, like after I left Firehog, I knew that I was like I want to try to do something bigger, and I didn't really have like an idea of what that was, and I guess there was a part of me that didn't believe that like I could be the person for that. But then going around Charleston and talking to a bunch of different people and making a lot of friends in the last year and just having cool conversations like this with them, um, it really showed me how much my experience and like how cool it is, but also how like authentic, I feel like it's made me, and that I really do seek the truth and authenticity in myself. Like that's important to me because it feels like if I'm not doing that, I'm being fake, or and I can't live with that feeling. Like it's really hard for me to live with that feeling. Um, and I just choose not to,
It
like,
is a brutal feeling.
yeah,
Don't underplay that feeling. What you're talking about, it's like excruciating. I
yeah,
think, like as an artist and not being able to create. Like for me, I don't look at this as a job. Like if this is what I love to do, and like y- you can't put me in a 9 to 5 office. Like I
hmm,
just won't, dude. Like it's what it's all about,
yeah.
you know.
Well, yeah, and it just took me a while to like. It was cool because through that process of talking to all these people and like realizing my experiences and all the shit in my life I've done, I'm like, I was like, dude, you've lived it. Like you've fucking done
You're
it.
him.
I like, and you are him
You're
exactly.
him.
And it was like, for whatever reason, it was really like I just didn't believe it, and I was like, or is it even true? And it was hard for me to like accept that. But it's just like accept it not out of fear. It was more out of just like I didn't want to come off as cocky or
It
arrogant or
it's
something.
scary overcoming self doubt.
Yeah,
You know, the only reason it's scary is because most people don't do it, and we've never done it. We don't know what it's like. But dude, it's no different. It's just you don't fucking worry about anything. When you meet me, like yeah, dude, I come across, of course, as douchey and arrogant, whatever the fuck, because I'm confident in myself. I'm comfortable in my own skin, but I walk the talk, right?
absolutely. And
And I
that's another reason we are good friends because I saw that in you immediately. Like I knew.
but this is why I know that it just confirms, like without confirming anything, without having done
I don't know,
any
man.
work to you, investing any time, money, or anything. I know that you saw in me this guy can get shit done,
Absolutely.
and that's something that I can portray because I'm really good at. I'm a salesman. I can make you think that, but not be that person. But I'm gonna do it, and I
No, see,
lay it
like
out.
I think that like when if you really believe in something like you, I now know how you believe in this. Like I think that you are going to be passionate about it in a way that like you're going to figure it the fuck out, like no
Yep,
matter what.
that's
And I know that you will. And
right.
I think you see that in me too, just like with how I work and how passionate I get about the shit I
Yeah,
do. Because like I've been making like more backstory. I've been making content for. I've always wanted to do content creation, and I got a job here in Charleston for the number one realtor, making real estate videos, and um, and seeing that I actually was pretty good at it, and like also having it like kind of fill my cup, just like it felt really good, and I was like, hey, yeah, dude, I do want to do this for myself, um, and it was just so cool how we met because I like you were the person to help me see that in myself too, and to like actually like no one has actually made me want to do it more than you, and it's also because of your life story and what you've accomplished.
yeah. But this is my favorite thing to say, and this is how I close deals. But it's real, and I won't do business with you if you say no to this. Are you comfortable and confident that like all the shit that you need that you don't know how to do, I can make it happen?
Absolutely,
Do you
yeah,
need to worry about how the fuck I'm gonna make it happen as long as it's morally and ethically right, which I'm very, very like
yep,
that is
very important,
priority,
absolutely,
right?
yep,
And I would say the same thing 10 times over about you creating something that I can I can make a machine.
yeah,
That's it. You know
yeah,
what I mean? I don't have to worry about that. So
yeah.
my job is to make you.
Well, I think that's because like, you've seen me now long enough, and like who I am as a person, and like that I am actually fucking pretty goddamn real. Like, and
Yeah,
I do care about people, even people I've never fucking met. Like, I am a good person, and I actually do try really hard to be.
yeah,
And it is very important to me. And it's like, of course, I'm gonna make mistakes. Like, I'm sure there's things I'm gonna talk about, um, especially on YouTube and whatnot, that are like it could go either way. And it doesn't matter. I'm allowed to have my opinion on it, and it's like you can agree with it or not. I
dude.
don't
Fuck
care.
people.
Well, and it's like I don't really care. Like you're allowed to have like different beliefs or whatever, and I respect that. And I think that's really important because like I'm nervous that that's getting lost a little bit, especially after like the Charlie Kirk stuff and just things that have happened recently. It's like you should be able to like disagree with someone and like appreciate and respect their background and their beliefs, even if they're not the same as yours, like it doesn't matter. Like look at the bigger picture. We're humans. We're all humans, and yeah, and I don't know, like just yeah. I sorry, I got a little sidetracked there, but
No,
it's
you're good. Yeah,
but I
you
and
went off on the trail there.
well, I just feel like I actually embody that, you
You did,
know,
yeah.
and you see that in me, and I think that like that's I really don't see this not becoming something awesome.
What you said, you made a point earlier, and it immediately made me think like, can you think of somebody else who you'd want to do it with? You know what I mean? Who checks the boxes? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like for most people, like maybe like kind of how you
here,
think.
is he annoying? Come
No,
here.
he's fine. But a
Okay.
little bit like at the beginning, it's like, okay, now like I need to be in a professional studio and everything like that. And it's like, dude, nah, like you don't need that. All you need is somebody that can make it happen or somebody that believes in you. And that's like that's it.
I
Like
think that's what I was lacking, bro. Was like I just needed someone to like actually like really believe in me. Here,
yeah,
you can bring him over here if he's annoying you.
no,
Oh,
it's
okay.
fine. But that's the thing, bro. You're gonna learn as a as a podcast as an actor, bro. You just keep it running.
Yeah,
You're
well,
gonna get
I'm
so
gonna
much
keep
more
some of this shit in
comfortable.
because it's cute as fuck, and
It
people are
is.
gonna love this. Like, dude, girls are gonna watch this shit, and they're gonna be losing their mind over
Dude,
here.
if you put the three of us in front of a
I'm
camera,
putting this in
it's
there for
it's
the girls right now,
madness.
dude. Yeah. Oh, dude,
It's gonna
no,
be madness, bro.
dude, he's literally the cutest little shit. Thank
That's
you, Jan.
yeah. Shout out to JN and her pup Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But dude, that's like you know what I mean. With it makes so much sense. Like with the camera stuff, like dude, I don't give a shit what you shoot in, whatever. Like that's what you're good at.
Hmm.
I'll sit here and chat with you all day, like. But I'll tell you, dude, let's shoot. Let's do it.
And honestly, doing it tonight, like in my apartment, and like just the atmosphere I feel like I have in here, like it's already like I'm like, dude, like yeah, we'll make a studio sometime, but I'm like, dude, this is fucking sick. Like this is exactly what I want, and it's cool because it's like I'm now I can start doing it, and I feel like this is me,
Mm.
my couch, my like my the vibes. This is literally me more than even being in a studio or you know, it's like and like that. Like I of course will make a sick ass studio at some point, but it's like
Dude, it's
it just feels good to like want to start it and like start it literally here.
you know my goal is like where I'm successful, how I know I'm successful, and how I know that this is working. Like I cause people to take micro steps.
You
For
do.
you, like you think about taking massive steps. I'm like, no, it's fine. Hey, Brad, chill, it's fine.
Okay.
But tomorrow, or when you look at it, because that's how your brain works. You're so dialed in. That's your passion. I'm not gonna look at the video and look at it the same way you are, but you're gonna be like, oh, dude, right there, I'm thinking this poster, micro step, and you order it, or you send it to me and you go, hey, what about these two posters, micro step. It comes in the mail, you set it up. Oh, dude, you know, I also ordered this, micro step.
Mm-hmm.
All of it, and then all of a sudden, dude, it's just running, running, running. All you have to do, and I've figured out how to get really good at anything. You just do it over and over and over and over again. Right? I would be bad at what I do if I let you kept making excuses of how to make it perfect. I said, fucking shoot it. So then tomorrow you call me up and say, hey, let's shoot it again. I just got this poster.
Yeah.
Bam.
Well, and I know, and I feel like I feel like you after some of these videos and stuff I've made on my own channel, I feel like you probably would have gotten to a point where you would have pushed me even more to be like, dude, we have like do this, and yeah, and I like you said earlier,
I've been pushing you since the day I met you. And
I feel like you would have been more maybe assertive, I guess, because I don't know.
I'm,
You have been put. No, you
I'm a
literally
good
have been pushing me.
negotiator.
Yeah, but like the fact that you did wait and like allowed me to kind of do it on my timeline, like obviously says a lot about your character and patience
Yeah.
too, and that you believe it too. Um, and yeah, like but you said getting over like the self doubt is scary. Um, I feel like all I've been needing and wanting is, like I said earlier, for someone to believe
Yeah.
in it.
That's
And
all.
I just and like you giving me that was like the step that like to really overcome that. And this ties into your personal legend, like straight up, and why you're good at it is because like that is what you are literally you believe you're here to do, and you embody that.
You know what the worst part about having that as my personal legend, and
What?
why this is super important to me is because I do that to like just about everyone I meet. Anyone I choose to spend time around, I told you it's because I believe in them. I, I, I will not spend time, energy, effort, anything around people that don't believe in themselves, like at all, right? But like, oh fuck, I had something really good to say. But the self doubt, why it's so fucking hard and frustrating is because I push people like the same way that you did, and I tell them I'll make anything happen, and I don't say that directly, but I show them,
Mm-hmm.
and they won't even entertain the idea of that being a reality for themselves, which is so disappointing, but why it's actually an effective system for me.
Yeah.
If they're not even willing to even entertain the idea of themselves like achieving that, I can't help you.
Yeah. Well, and like a big thing I think for like between us and our experiences and why people have that fear is because, and like why that's frustrating for you is because you've actually been able to do it successfully, for a long time. And a lot of people, like me included, I don't feel like I had. And so there's going to be hesitation. And that for you has to be like, I can see where that would be frustrating. But like on my side of it too, um, because like I get envious of guys like you, and
Grass is green.
no, yeah, well, but I and it is here I need water,
Oh, my bad.
dude. We're gonna make tea on the next one. I fucking
Oh,
love,
fuck
dude.
yeah. I'm not going to
I'm gonna
put
have
my
to
foot
move
up there.
Iro over here because Iro's my boy.
Dude, I fuck with that poster.
That's sick.
Dude, a big Avatar guy.
Are you?
Dude,
Dude, you know who
huge.
you kind of reminded me of in that? Who do
Zuko.
you? Yeah, bro. Out of like that is honestly like I feel the character that fits you to a T.
Dude, for sure. That's what is it? Zuko alone. That episode. I'm a big Avatar guy. Like
Where
I can
which was the
drop.
one where he was alone?
So Zuko
Explain it.
alone, like when he's like it's just like a whole episode just based on like when Zuko basically breaks off and he's like fuck trying to chase the Avatar, like
Yeah.
screw, you know what I mean? And he goes off to that. I think it's an Earthbending kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
and he can only use his swords and not his fire. But what happened is what I saw in his character development is all of a sudden that fire, that chip on his shoulder was gone, and it no longer fueled the engine. And that's, I've been in that place a lot of times, and it's kind of like, well, what the fuck do I use now? Right? But when you're using that chip on your shoulder, it's super powerful. It burns hot like fire. I think that's why he's a firebender, but it burns super quick.
Yeah. One of my favorite quotes is the brightest stars normally burn out, or the stars that produce the most light burn out the brightest, and uh it's true with unfortunately really talented people and um like some good example like Mac Miller, bro, fucking miss him so much. And
I like the star analogy because the reason that we're able to see stars at night, is because they're exploding. They're
or how bright
it's
how
it's
bright
the
they are.
death of a star. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Well, no, so those ones aren't actively exploding, I don't think. Those are just bigger stars that produce light. I'm pretty sure.
I thought stars were like, or
No,
like
because
the reason we can see them is because it's like
oh, I don't know. I'll
the
have to
death.
look it up.
Like
I'm
I think I don't know. I could. Who knows?
I'm pretty sure I took a life in the universe class, and I'm pretty sure in college, and there has different size stars produce different amounts of light depending on the
Yeah,
size and whatnot. So I don't know if they're actively exploding. That's interesting. I want to look
because
that
they're
up.
so far away. Like it's
Yeah,
the speed of light,
yeah.
right? So like that's the time where we're receiving the light. Like
Well, I
it's
thought it was from.
exploding
I
over
thought it
millions
was
of years.
produced. No, it's like from. It's creating light from the chemical reaction going on inside of it, and depending on what's happening, is
Like
how
our
bright it
Yeah,
is.
like our sun, right?
Yeah.
Like so a star, because of its mass, and like we're talking light years, it's literally that is it's a ball of fucking fire in our universe. I didn't take a lot of
Actively
school.
exploding.
It is actively
Yeah, because
exploding
it
just
grows to a certain point, and
over
then
millions of
yep,
years.
and then I think when it hits iron, it starts to collapse in on itself and explode.
So
Supernova.
it is actively exploding. You know what I mean? And that's why we can see it, and it's fucking millions of light years
Oh,
away.
I thought you bet. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So
So
I've always just like
the sun
that,
is a star.
huh?
The sun is a
Yeah,
star.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all going to explode. Yeah, over like billions of years. I see that now. I was thinking of it from the lens more of like the light is being caused by the reaction happening in the star producing light, but obviously it is doing that because it's growing as it's doing that, and then it will
Yeah. Well,
explode. Yeah,
I was associating it like metaphorically with like
yeah,
you was talking about Mac Miller, like you know what I mean, why he's so impactful. Like it's kind of like describing me. I explode. I'm an exploding timeline over my entire life, but that's just how I am.
yeah.
You know.
But you have like put you've learned and grown, and I think that like especially when it comes to addiction and things like that, that like you're on the right path and to like fixing all that 100%. And I, dude, and it like just the growth that you have in you as a person and stuff. It's like I think that we're both stars that are gonna burn bright for like a really long time.
Damn right.
Damn right.
As a
Like
star should
we have a
have.
great balance, bro. We have a lot of fun. We fucking have a lot of fun, but we also like get shit done and just like
We do.
and like take care of ourselves, dude. You have to take care of like your body. Like I really don't think your mind can be that healthy. I mean, it can, like you can be happy and like mentally okay, but like if your body is not healthy, it affects your mental health way more than you think.
For me, I can't even say the statement like it's not kind of like it's that trifecta for me: body, mind, and spirit. Like if one is slightly off, it's not typically every single time everything else falls.
Yeah.
You know, house of cards, and there's no perfect balance, but there is. I think that's what discipline provides you is the constant improvement of it, right? Because we could either ignore it or improve it. Actively 1%, 0.001% every day.
And
But
you're like in a situation where it's like the stakes are higher, so it's like if you don't, right?
because I make them.
Yeah, yep. Well, and like I mean, there's different levels of like of that stuff, but what you're going through is a lot. Like I would say, like riskier, right? And so
I'm
like there's
I'm fucking with real life.
you are,
Real
and it's
life. Hell yeah.
and people out there they don't have like as like I would say like as many. How's the right way to say this? It's not like a problem. They don't have like issues I think that are as impactful as that could be like yours is.
Because
So that's why they don't push
they're
it.
not willing to put they can't get those big rewards, and they also avoid getting those big losses by not playing at the big boy table,
Yeah,
and
yep.
that's fine. But unrealistic expectations is sitting at the kids table and expecting to get big boy fucking wins.
Yeah.
And avoiding big boy loss is the risk. It's that
There,
deal doesn't work.
dude. No, it's literally the yin and yang of life. Like that is one of my favorite logos because it's 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 like Buddhist and China like, and I feel like it like weirdly like lost its value or something because it was just everywhere for a long time and people don't really know like what it's about. But like that symbol is like such a perfect representation of life because it's like you have the circle, right, and you have the path through the middle.
Are you talking about a swastika?
No, no, fuck
I
no.
was like, holy shit.
No, the yin and yang,
Oh,
like the Buddhist black and white
Word,
with the
yeah,
dots.
yeah.
So
Koi fish and Avatar.
yeah, or like my monitor, dude, right there, koi fish. So the koi fish, so like it's a circle. The circle is life, and then but like in the original thing, there's like a wave down the middle, and that represents the highs and lows of life. The
Yeah.
white represents all the good in your life, and what's interesting about that is like you will still find darkness and hard times
in the center,
in the center of the good,
in the fucking core.
and
Mhm.
the dark side, like when you're in that shadow self for like those really hard dark times, the white represents the good that will happen, and it's just this cool fucking symbol that like represents all of that in one thing, and it's like such a perfect representation for life and kind of what you're describing. Like, but your waves are like instead of it being like a mellow wave, yours are like waves.
Well, I think the main difference, what a lot of people say, I think what you recognize in me too, and the way I describe it in words is, I don't white and dark like I don't associate those with good or bad, right? Because most people would like, dark is it's just associated with. That's why horror movies are shot at night.
Are bad, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. Everything in light is safe.
Yeah.
It's good. That's a good time. But like,
Hey, no.
It doesn't matter. Regardless, they're equivalent, right? There's a reason that the area of both of those yin and yangs are the same, and there's the same amount of darkness in the light as there is lightness in the dark, because one can't exist without the other.
Exactly.
Right. So I don't.
Dude,
I'll feel what I feel with some. How am I supposed to know if I'm in the dark part of the white? The center of the white versus the other way until you're at the fucking very center. And then you're going to go back around.
And I think that's like time and experience too in life just kind of shows you that, because like it happens so often. Like you just kind of like start to recognize almost like the pattern of it. But I'm like a huge believer that like light cannot exist without shadow and or the dark, and darkness isn't